In this episode of Skippy Rock, after getting my Porsche 968 home from auction, I start ripping apart and cleaning out the interior in an attempt to get rid of a horrible mold smell.
Alright guys, this thing made it to my house. It is quite beautiful. You shall see I'm wearing a get-up, and that's because this thing's very moldy smelling. Before we do a whole lot, it's kind of crappy out, and it's supposed to be crappy for the next week. I'm just going to take the floor mats out so it can start drying out. Also, because look, it's like all wet down in there. It's also wet in here. That's glued down, so that's not coming out easy. Little owner's manual. This one's got wet too. Yeah, see, look at that. This little mat. That's why I'm wearing the mask. Let's just pull this up out of here. Oh, nice. That's permanently adhered to that rubber. I guess that's the mold that's sticking it there. I can still smell the mold through the stupid N95 mask. Oh, come on. This is a nightmare. Anything down there? Mold. Oh, you know what'd be good? I can lift these seats up. Is this stuff bad for... Let's just see what... I'm just gonna do a little bit of that. Just to... I went ahead and did several spots that way in case it does mess up the carpet. I've messed up all the carpet and now I'm committed to fixing it. Oh, look, there's a thing back here. It has a... Ew. These are nasty. These are going in the trash. Is that good there? No. Actually, you know what? It probably does. Look at that! Fix forever. I don't really have a plan for this car, but my idea is get the inside feeling better. I'm probably going to take out the center console because half that plastic is broken. I ordered another one off of eBay because I found a used one. Like, it would be cool to like chop it in half. Get rid of all that because this is a stupid tight car. I already barely fit in the damn thing. But I also might try to do like a little stereo insert. I got a lot of plans. I don't know if any of them are good, but that peels off the carpet way easier. I don't think that's going to hurt anything. We shall find out. Let's look in the trunk. I need my keys. Magic, what is in the trunk time? Kind of a cool little trunk. Like an extra clock. Some sort of... Oh, that looks like a dash cover. That is what that is. Don't like it. More trash. I'm pretty sure this is a top cover, which is a weird blue color. Don't know how that works. It'll be fun to figure that out. Florida tags. Trash. Nice little bucket of bits. That's the jack. Oh, look. So this is because this has an aftermarket air box. All right, it does. It's one of those KTM filters. You can go in my box. It's one of those little screens to put behind your head in the moldy bag. I bet you I can just throw that in the wash. I'm going to, because I don't particularly want that in my house. I should have gotten a tripod. Ugh, even that's moldy. You live here for now. This just makes me feel better probably more than anything. I think that's just, I snapped it out earlier. Oh, there's stuff on this side. Oh, my bag's falling apart. Lots of goodies. You can get in there. I guess that's so you can escape. That shall be a test. Once we get this going, we'll see if you can escape. I wonder if I can get this in here better, because this looks terrible. That was just glued. And we already know my contact glue works pretty good for that. And the funkiest spare tire I have ever seen. That can dry a little better now. I'm gonna end up taking the seats out, as much of the carpet out as I can. Center console, just to really clean this thing up. Because I gotta demold it so it's pleasant to... Oh, buddy! Cars are already paying dividends. Figure out how to get the top down. It's been switched to manual, which I hear is good. I'm gonna spray some more Lysol in there just because I love it. It is flippin' freezing out here, but I can't stand it. I wanna do something. So I'm gonna start taking the seat out. I'm just going to do the passenger side first, just because I want to do something. Also, I think the amplifier is underneath there, which may be why that stereo is not working. But I found out something. This thing, all the 968 cabs sold in the USA were shipped with this little tray thing. But it's just like a little inserted, like literally just sitting onto there. Those are the same rests that you get if you have a seat. If you wanted one with seats, you'd have to go to Canada. That means this should come out fairly easily. I mean, I like this. There's no reason to put the seats in there because that would be even less space than the jump seat in the Disco. But it does mean I'll be able to get that out to clean it up real good and get it all nice and dried. First things first, let's get the seat out. And the way you do that, 2 torque jewelry. 2 Torx or hex in the front and 4 in the back. Interesting. Oh, you know what? That goes right there. That's funny. That is what that is. Fixed forever. Look, do you think this came from the factory like that? Hopefully I can find a new one of those. ADHD. Also, look, these seat belts are twisted. I hate it. Yes, they're twisted. Because look, it needs to be this way. So, but that's all going to come up, so I'll fix that. It is 6 millimeter. Will it go back further? No, back further. It won't go back any further, so I can't get that in there. Let me go get a ratchet. I like using power. Ta-da. Yeah, see, just a little hex, which is filled with hair. And if you guys watch my videos, you know I like to label and keep track of these screws so they don't get lost. These are the screws to the car. So now I'll remember that. It still smells kind of gross in here. It smells like dirty Lysol. Oh, haha. It only has 4 in, which you may think, well, why is he happy? He's missing a bolt. Because 4 is strong enough. Those other 2 would have been hard, but I think I can get these with the drill. Okay, there's going to be something connected to the bottom, likely. Otherwise, that wouldn't do anything. Oh. See, that's the amplifier. How do you think you get this little thing off? My fingers are too cold to move. You're not gonna be able to watch me do that. Oh, it just pulls. All right, it was easy. Nothing fancy. It just pulled apart. Let's see if I can break a window. I need more stuff to fix. That's not terrible. If you've ever taken a seat out of a car, you would be shocked, even like a car that you routinely clean, how much junk gets underneath there. Ugh. All this is glued down here. So I might not be taking out all the carpet. I got myself a brand new tube amplifier. It's large and lovely to behold. Look, there's a fuse. All right, let's get this thing out of here. Figure out how to test an amp. Is that possible? Can you test amplifiers? It's in there. What is it glued down with? Ugh. Oh, nice. I've only broken 1 thing so far. It's because it's too flipping cold. Ugh, why is that so gross? I am gonna get some like tough stuff and really like steam clean this, and I'll really get this inside like disinfectant. But for now, I'm just gonna spray it with this Chemical Bro stuff just to kind of demold it a little bit more. Oh my God, I'm almost out of this stuff. This is the most pathetic detailing video in the history of detailing videos. All right, well, done. We're gonna act like this didn't happen. I clearly don't have enough of the chemical, and I'm gonna order all my carpet cleaning stuff. But in the meantime, my favorite, just Lysol it. Let's see if we can get these this top off. Kind of heavy. It still smells like mold. Folded nicely. I'm gonna try to get this rear seat out. Not seat, bench thing. This door does not stay shut, I've realized that. But I think it's just loose. I probably can adjust it so it stays permanently shut. These panels, like that one over there, they look flippin' terrible. And they've turned to like a weird green color. Not like a nice green color like my beauty, but I'm gonna try to take those off. Just gonna start unscrewing stuff, moving stuff, see what comes apart. Something back there is holding it. It literally might be this roof though. I'm gonna see if I can. There's something at the back edge holding it. This back. Oh. Yep, one right there. Toot, 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 toot. Oh good, it's longer. The longer one is at the back. See, that is ugly. You know what? I'm gonna paint this. I'm just gonna spray paint it black or something. This is just hot glued in from the back. That's where that little screen would rest. I bet you there's supposed to be something. We'll figure that out. I can make this look better. So let's get that other panel out. That one's missing. Free poker. Look at that. I don't even know what that would do. This little thing, that was over there too, just kind of laying there, but who knows what that does. Flashlight. Whee! There's a little cap inside there on this wall that covers a big old bolt, both sides. There's a ground on that one, probably from the stupid stereo that doesn't work. That's all it's gonna be. Here, let me show you what I'm looking at. See, just a little bolt. Oh, no, there's something at the back. Oh, I see it. Oh, it's rusty as crap. So look, there's one rusty bolt right there. Guys, I made a discovery too. I was showing a neighbor and he asked, what color is this originally? I go, oh, I think it was black. It wasn't. Look at this. I don't know if you can see this. It was like midnight blue metallic, which is like if it was black, I'm glad they changed it to this green, but man, look at that. That would have looked good. But whatever, this is still kind of cool. This door's got to go. All right. Ta-da! Oh my God, that's still on. That's insane. Is that better? I don't think so. I guess it's a little better. Try this. There. While that sits, let's take apart the other side because it does make it a little easier. It is just as rusty over here. Look, maybe I can cram this up here and wedge something in between the bolt and the top part and actually keep it from spinning. Ha! That worked. I don't know if it worked as much as I broke it, but whatever, it came out and done. Let's get this side and then we'll see what damage I did. There we go. Ta-da! I don't know how they expected that to come off once that rusted, because that would just spun around on the top of there. What we got, it's just this little metal bracket with a free spinning nut on the top of it. So that would be literally impossible once this is rusted on there to get out. So what I'll do, I'll bang those even, probably weld a bolt down through there. So let's start seeing what carpet pieces can come out. This piece of carpet just ripped right through there. I've gotten to the bottom of it a little better though. Ta-da! All right, so I just ripped it through there. That actually wouldn't be too hard of a piece to make. It could be plaid maybe. So it looks like there's a couple pieces that overlap. So this is a chunk and it goes just a little bit underneath here. Let's see if these things come off easy. There's just one bolt right there. You know, I was thinking about maybe if I could get all this carpet out, painting it black. But now that I see the original color is blue, I don't like black on the interiors of blue cars. But I do like the tans. I don't think you can repaint stuff tan though. Oh, I thought it was just gonna be a slide off over there. There's two little tiny screws right there. Ta-da! Oh. All right, you don't have to watch the other side, it's exactly the same. I think I can lift this. I started pulling on it a little bit. It's only attached to the top now. So that pulls out like that. And yeah, this was all wet down in here. Like the carpet pulls around this edge right here. This is like the piece along the back and it comes over right on this edge and it's glued tight. Oh, there's a little clip right there. Oh yeah. That released it. This is one of those projects. It's like, you just worry about getting it fixed later. Get it off now. Since I've already destroyed most of this, I'm gonna go ahead and take out the rest of the carpet out of the trunk. We got all the carpet out of the back, including the piece that kind of went along that was falling down. Here's the pile of carpet pieces. All right, we're gonna see if we can make these things look better. Let's get these off just so they're out of the way. Dude! Oh, you. Ow. Ow! That's spinning and hurting me. All right, the other thing, I wanna get that off. Ow. This is not Chemical Brothers. This is actually called Johnny Wooten's interior cleaner. Spray this thing down and Johnny Wooten it. Probably don't need to say this, but nothing you see today in today's video is sponsored by anybody. But if anybody would like to take a gamble on a little channel like Johnny Wooten, I will happily accept. I mean, it's really not all that dirty. It's just ugly. All right, let's see what the steam jigger will do. These things are always terrifying. Have you ever used one? The first time you pull the trigger, it always like blasts just water out at you. Let's see. See? It's probably good for the drill, right? If the original color was like this dark tan, that would have been amazing. Grunge is dripping off. Who needs to build a sauna when they can just steam clean old car parts? I mean, it's definitely getting some grunge off of there, but it's not really changing the way it looks. Hopefully the heat is either killing the mold or creating an environment that the mold is growing fast. This is not a very satisfying steam clean because while it is making it cleaner, it's not making a big visual difference. So I'm just gonna finish this up. I'll come back when I'm doing the next step. I'm just gonna sand this with like Scotch-Brite because I am gonna paint these because they look too terrible not to. The steam clearly removed some dirt because this towel was clean when I started. Before painting, I sanded both panels down with the Scotch-Brite pad. After wiping away all the dust with the alcohol, the panel really did look a lot better. I'm still going to paint it though because this color does not match the rest of the interior. For any interior part I'm going to replace or paint, I'm just going to go with black. After painting, this thing looks way better. Because it looks so good, I went ahead and polished up those little buttons too. This is the plastic piece that's supposed to cover the hole. I went ahead and painted those too. I used the flat on the overall piece and then I used the gloss on that just so I could see the difference. Flat's definitely the right choice for this. This side looks good too. I decided to take this thing completely apart so I could really get it cleaned and freshened up. The claw straps holding the door just kind of looped around through the back. I was able to separate them with a little pair of tweezers. And this metal bar was just held on with 2 bolts, one on each end. I decided to start my cleaning process with the steamer. I don't know if this actually does anything, but I feel like it breaks up dirt and it makes me feel a whole lot better. It makes me feel like I'm just killing mold spores. After I steamed all the pieces of carpet, I set them up to dry. For phase 2 of my cleaning process, I got out the tough stuff. You just spray this stuff on. Once you have it all saturated down, you let it soak for 20 minutes. And then I broke out this little drill cleaner and really scrubbed the whole thing down. Apparently, I just have one shot of me cleaning one spot, but I really did clean the whole thing. After I did this with all the panels, I set them out to dry. This is just the after this panel. It didn't get 100%, but it looks better. This is the back of those little doors to the trunk space. I showed these because they really turned out nice after cleaning. With everything dried after cleaning, it was time to put back together this little centerpiece. But the hardware looked terrible, so I decided to freshen it up a bit with some paint. While I was at it, I decided to go ahead and spray paint this entire bar as well. For the hatches, I installed the little catches first, then just snapped the plastic panels back together. Using my pretty little hardware, I attached the hinge part to the storage compartment first and then placed 2 screws on each of the door panels just to hold them together. Then I was able to slide the panel onto the hinges and attach them there, and then I put the rest of the screws around the body of the door. With that done, I was able to kind of wedge these little catch things through the little slit they came through, then reach around and attach them from the back. With that in place, it was time to install the lock. It was pretty obvious which piece went where. I just put them back together how I took them out. I put the nut on, but before I really secured everything together, I wanted to test I could actually get it to latch. And it was not latching. So what I did is I loosened the screws that attached the door to the hinges, pushed the door shut and kind of held it where I wanted it to, then tightened the screws at the bottom. Once I had that where I wanted it, I tightened up the lock. And all that was left to finish up this little storage box was to attach the 2 bolts that held the bar into place. While I was putting things back together, I decided to repair this piece of carpet that ripped. I just cut out a scrap piece of fabric with about an inch overlap all around the tear. Then I coated the carpet and the piece of fabric with contact cement. After 20 minutes, I stuck it together. I rubbed the carpet fibers around the tear and it looked pretty good. This piece of carpet is inside the storage container, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I then went ahead and attached the pieces of carpet to the main piece that goes underneath and behind the storage container. Again, I'm just using contact cement. This chunk can be installed all together when I'm ready to start rebuilding the interior. The last thing I want to get out before I really clean all the carpet is this center console. Let's just start taking it apart and see what all we got. I don't think these screws are stock, so I'm just going to take off the lid first. So this is the part where I just start undoing screws and we see what makes it move. What do you think this light bulb does? These screws aren't even attached to anything. I'm pretty sure this just pries up. I'm not sure how to get that off of there. Maybe it doesn't have to come off though. There's a little screw on either side of here. I probably will have to take this out, which I'm not real sure how to do that. Look, this is already broken. That whole thing just comes loose. Before I mess up something here, let me see if I have a key that can pull that out. I read somewhere that this will work. I tried it before actually on another car I owned and it did not, but maybe this time it will. Oh, you turd muffin. There it goes. These are file hangers. I think this is where the keys go. That just pulled out. Holy stuff. If you're wondering why I have the gloves on, it's so I can grab these without ripping my fingers apart. Why is this side not going in? The other side went in. There it goes. Oh, I don't know if I actually did that with those or if it just wasn't a... Holy crap. Why is there so much stuff back there? Look at that. That is a nightmare. I'm just going to unplug that and figure that out later. This is soldered back here. Ta-da! Gently place that back there. Ah! Oh. Whew. I thought I broke something. It was just that light bulb. All right, I gotta get these buttons off. So I need to lay upside down and backwards and see what that looks like. Usually after you do something like this, you figure out which way you were supposed to have done it, which makes it easier next time. Okay, that's not how you're supposed to take that button apart because I just exploded that. Look at that, I just exploded that button. It wasn't doing anything anyway because I don't have a sunroof. All right. Okay, this one fell apart. There's no way I'm gonna figure that out right now. Okay, that's a problem for future Jason. What a jumbled mess. But somewhere in here is the original factory harness. There we go, there we go. You just go in there and then we'll think about you some other time. Ta-da! All right, and that is how you remove that. This isn't as nice as I was hoping. I was hoping that was solid carpet, but I got some ideas for this area right here. But I do have this black one, which hopefully, yeah, that'd go right in there. Yep, no difference there. But I have this one, so that way I can cut this to fit a double dent in right there. But there's a lot of wiring to figure out. I might have to go find a stereo shop. All right, I figured out something that might be of interest. This clock, this is for future Jason. It just presses in there. So I could have just pulled that out of there. Maybe not now, but so once that's out, that shows you those two screws. And then that thing came out. Okay, I want to try to get these buttons off so I can at least hook the mirror and the key limb back up.
Once I had everything I wanted out of the interior, I went through my usual suspects of car cleaning detailing stuff, which is first I hit it with my steam cleaner, then I spray everything down with tough stuff, then I clean it up with a brush attachment on my drill, and then I vacuum it all dry.
Well, it's definitely not like spotlessly brand new, but it's a lot better. A lot of the dirt and grime did come up, but some of it's stained. I didn't do that side yet. Between the two sides, this one looks better. I'll do the same thing over there, and then maybe I'll even do another carpet cleaner over the whole thing. I have like this bristle one for the house.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to keep up with this project and more.
Oh my god, I killed the battery.
Coming up, I'll be installing an aftermarket stereo with backup camera and CarPlay. I have some plans to increase the aesthetic appeal of the interior as I start putting it back together. Also, if you guys have any performance upgrades for a 968, I'd love to hear them. I've never really ventured into that part of automotive repair, but I'd like to attempt it. This car seems like a good one to try it on. Check out our other videos and check out our app, Skippy, available on the App Store. Having a lot of seat room in this car is to take the bolts out of the seat and then just push it all the way back. So now I got plenty of room. I don't know how good a seatbelt does though. But I'm not actually connected to the car, but hey.